My name is Lex Francis. I'm a recent graduate from Miami Media School at 2016. I just got recently hired at Fort Myers Wink News, affiliated with CBS and CNN. Been around since 1939. Miami Media School is a phenomenal facility with great equipment, with great professors in the industry. It's an up and down roller coaster, but you just got to stay the course, stay consistent, hustle, and show that you're determined, and you'll get a very good outcome within the school.
Hola, somos los Peachy Boys de Mix 98.3 de La Gozadera y estamos aquí en el Miami Media School.
Estamos aquí y esta escuela está espectacular. Se la recomiendo 100%. Esto está buenísimo, tiene muchas cosas. Te enseñan a trabajar con las cámaras, te enseñan a producir, te enseñan a hacer tu propio show de radio. Esto está espectacular. Si nosotros hubiésemos tenido una escuela así como esta, vaya, hubiera sido tremenda ayuda para cuando empezamos.
No, déjame explicarte. Si nosotros cuando empezamos a hacer Peachy Films, allá en el 2007, tuviéramos las herramientas que hay en el Miami Media School, James Cameron y Steven Spielberg, eso al seguro, juégatela. Así que nada, te recomendamos Miami Media School porque la vas a pasar bien y te vas a rodear de personas que tienen tu misma pasión, que les gustan las cosas que hacen, les gusta lo que tú haces. Así que nada, esto tenía que existir en el 2007, maestro. ¿Dónde estábamos nosotros?
Recomendado 100%.
El Barbie Show es un programa para nuevos talentos. Invito a artistas que no son escuchados, que quieren ser escuchados, que son voces que están apagadas porque no le dan la oportunidad en varios programas de traerlos, ya que no tienen nombre, no son famosos. Más de 100,000 personas miran mi programa y es un programa nuevo que apenas está empezando a arrancar bien y que creo que a la gente mucha gente me dice que le gusta mi dinámica, que soy muy divertida, muy contenta y como que le alegro el día, que gracias a Miami Media School que me abrió la puerta para este programa tan bonito, porque ellos están prácticamente diseñados para eso, para ayudarte y para educarte y para que tú puedes hacerlo, y de verdad puedes hacerlo porque de esta escuela, Miami Media School, ha salido mucha gente talentosa y que ahora mismo están en canales de televisión, en radio, y el que no está es porque la verdad no ha querido, porque yo pensé que no podía y estoy.
Hi, I'm Justin Clark, recent graduate of Miami Media School. I came to the school over a year ago with just a love for movies, but I left with so much more. I am now a board operator for Intercom Media. I work at 104.3 The Shark, where I get to work inside the radio industry. I also have an online podcast where I'm doing through here at the school, where I get to talk about my favorite passion, which is movies. You can learn so much here at Miami Media School in such a short amount of time, which is what I did. In less than a year, I picked up so many skills from audio editing to video editing. I am so happy that I made that decision.
It came to our attention that medias are very important for the club and for the image of the club, but on top of that, for the players themselves, we decided to partner with the Miami Media School. So thanks to that partnership, Miami Media School will cover videos, documentaries, but also the live games on YouTube. It was something very essential for the club to have a professional organization taking care of the media. And that's why we decided to partner with the Miami Media School. So last weekend we had a special event for the players. we have been doing a photo shoot for the players for the past 2 years. So last year we've done that. It was not well organized because it was doing on an amateur way, let's say. And this season we decided to do that with our new partner, Miami Media School. So we came to the school, we had the players here at the school. So on one hand we've done the photo shoot with Danny, our photographer, and then we had our partner on the spot barbershop who took care of the players. So they cut the hair, the beard. That way, it was important for the players to have a good looking for the interviews, video interviews. And we had a few drops done for the radio that you have in school. And let me tell you that all the players are really, really happy and very excited about the opportunity that they had last week. And for us, it was very important to as well, be associated to this kind of event. I'm super excited. Every season is different because every time we start from scratch, we have to hire new players. We have a brand new staff this season, coaching staff. We have people who came just to reinforce the team. We try to balance between former players, returning players, and new players, rookies. It's a very exciting season, upcoming season, and I'm pretty excited about it.
Oui, j'attends que ça, la compétition, la compétition, la compétition.
I'm really excited because I think we have a really, really good team and we're looking forward to be champions this year.
Complètement, j'attends que ça. Yeah, it's very excited. It's my second year, so I'm looking forward to going farther than last year and improving everything that we missed on last year.
Cada temporada es algo nuevo y uno quiere siempre dar lo mejor de sí.
Oui, j'attends que ça et on espère faire une bonne saison.
Super eccitato e credo che oltre che eccitato voglio dire che sono molto ambizioso perché stiamo lavorando bene, stiamo lavorando con tutta l'intensità necessaria per esprimerci al meglio. Chiaro che nel calcio non c'è nessuna regola che ti fa arrivare prima, ancora prima di iniziare, ma credo che abbiamo comunque le carte in regola per riuscire a giocarcela.
Oui, bien sûr. C'est un nouveau championnat pour nous. On vient de France et j'ai vraiment envie de débuter cette saison et espérer gagner ce championnat.
I am excited. I think we have a good season ahead of us, and it should be a good season.
Yeah, of course, because we have been working really hard, and with the coaches and the staff, we had some great guests from France to help us.
Estoy emocionado porque sé que podemos llegar a ser campeones.
I'm very excited and it will be a good season for us.
Sí, muy emocionado, es una nueva experiencia para mí y pues con toda.
Yes, I am really looking forward to the season. We only have 12 days to get ready and it should be a fun one.
Extremely excited and grateful for the opportunity, and hopefully we can get things going on the right direction this year.
Soccer Club, we are proud to say Happy Mother's Day to you for Brad Johnson and Sean Stanley live in the booth, bringing you game number 2 of the season versus the South Florida Surf. This is a game that has been looked into from this team all the way from last year. They defeated the Lakeland Tropics last game 4-0 to open up their season, scoring 3 goals in the last 10 minutes. Off the bench, Joel Obrigado came off and scored the 2 goals. This is a coming of home for some sorts. Last year, the FC Miami City team went 1-2 versus the Surf. They had a 3-0 victory against them and then a 4-1 loss at home. Both of those games played right here at Tropical Road. And then on the road, they had a 2-3 loss FC Miami City on a 1-0 start after 1-1-1 start last year while only winning the third game of the season. Karuma, 1 goal. Perea, 2 goals. Kalina, 1 goals in the game account for 4 of 7 goals versus Surf. So we'll look to see if they can go 500 against this team today with this win. When we come back, we are going to be giving you your starting lineups as well as the national anthem for Brad Johnson and Sean Stanley. Happy Mother's Day to you all out there, and we'll see you soon as we get close to kickoff.
Hi, my name is Lex Francis. I'm a recent graduate from Miami Media School at 2016. I just got recently hired at Fort Myers Wink News, affiliated with CBS and CNN. Been around since 1939. Miami Media School is a phenomenal facility with great equipment, with great professors in the industry. It's an up and down roller coaster, but you just got to stay the course, stay consistent, hustle, and show that you're determined, and you'll get a very good outcome within the school.
Hola, somos los Peachy Boys de Mix 98.3 de La Gozadera y estamos aquí en el Miami Media School.
Estamos aquí y esta escuela está espectacular. Se la recomiendo 100%. Esto está buenísimo, tiene muchas cosas. Te enseñan a trabajar con las cámaras, te enseñan a producir, te enseñan a hacer tu propio show de radio. Esto está espectacular. Si nosotros hubiésemos tenido una escuela así como esta, vaya, hubiera sido tremenda ayuda para cuando empezamos.
No, déjame explicarte. Si nosotros cuando empezamos a hacer Peachy Films, allá en el 2007, tuviéramos las herramientas que hay en Miami Media School, James Cameron y Steven Spielberg, eso al seguro, juégatela. Así que nada, te recomendamos Miami Media School porque la vas a pasar bien y te vas a rodear de personas que tienen tu misma pasión, que les gustan las cosas que hacen, les gusta lo que tú haces. Así que nada, vaya, esto tenía que existir en el 2007, Michael. ¿Dónde estábamos nosotros?
Recomendado 100%.
And welcome back to FC Miami City's second game of the season versus the South Florida Surf. Starting lineups brought to you by the Miami Media School as we bring you the starting lineups for FC Miami City. First up, Mehdi Taib, Jonathan Parpay, Kevin Kofic, Kevin Wharton, Urandi Suarez, Abdurrauf Abdallah, Bato, team captain Brian Perea, Mohamed Karuma, Hamza Morchid, and Naeem Hamdi. That is your starting lineup for the FC Miami City as they take on the South Florida Surf. Coming up momentarily here, the next time you hear us, we'll be having the Star Spangled Banner. Happy Mother's Day, all to who are listening. Don't forget, you can follow all of the action on YouTube by following the YouTube channel for FC Miami City. That's at FC Miami City, and also on Twitter at FC Miami City.
El Barbie Show es un programa para nuevos talentos. Invito a artistas que no son escuchados, que quieren ser escuchados, que son voces que están apagadas porque no le dan la oportunidad en varios programas de traerlos, ya que no tienen nombre, no son famosos. Más de 100,000 personas miran mi programa y es un programa nuevo que apenas está empezando a arrancar bien y que creo que a la gente mucha gente me dice que le gusta mi dinámica, que soy muy divertida, muy contenta y como que le alegro el día, que gracias a Miami Media School que me abrió la puerta para este programa tan bonito, porque ellos están prácticamente diseñados para eso, para ayudarte y para educarte y para que tú puedes hacerlo y de verdad puedes hacerlo, porque de esta escuela Miami Media School ha salido mucha gente talentosa y que ahora mismo están en canales de televisión, en radio, y el que no está es porque la verdad no ha querido, porque yo pensé que no podía y estoy.
My family had an NBC license from Cuba that was taken from our family in 1959 in the Castro Revolution. And all these years later, at the age of 50, I'm given an opportunity to apply for a radio license. Then I come, see the Miami Media School advertisements, and I said, well, maybe I'll empower myself to winning by signing up for the course. So I did. And all of a sudden, man, I'm in the computer, looking at my regular emails, boom, FCC permit, 94.5 FM, 100 watt, low power radio. Oh my God, you'll be the first alumni, Miami Media School alumnus, that actually built a station from ground up. And I just couldn't believe it. I go, oh my God, I really did will myself. Now I'm the proud franchisee of WSQF Blink Radio, where you blink once I said it, blink twice, you missed it.
Hi, my name is Lex Francis. I'm a recent graduate from Miami Media School at 2016. I just got recently hired at Fort Myers Wink News, affiliated with CBS and CNN. Been around since 1939. Miami Media School is a phenomenal facility with great equipment, with great professors in the industry. It's an up and down roller coaster, but you just got to stay the course, stay consistent, hustle, and show that you're determined, and you'll get a very good outcome within the school.
Hi, I'm Justin Clark, recent graduate of Miami Media School. I came to the school over a year ago with just a love for movies, but I left with so much more. I am now a board operator for Intercom Media. I work at 104.3 The Shark, where I get to work inside the radio industry. I also have an online podcast where I'm doing through here at the school, where I get to talk about my favorite passion, which is movies. You can learn so much here at Miami Media School in such a short amount of time, which is what I did. In less than a year, I picked up so many skills, from audio editing to video editing. I am so happy that I made that decision.
Hola, somos los Peachy Boys de Mix 98.3 de La Gozadera y estamos aquí en el Miami Media School.
Estamos aquí y esta escuela está espectacular. Se la recomiendo 100%. Esto está buenísimo, tiene muchas cosas. Te enseñan a trabajar con las cámaras, te enseñan a producir, te enseñan a hacer tu propio show de radio. Esto está espectacular. Si nosotros hubiésemos tenido una escuela así como esta, vaya, hubiera sido tremenda ayuda para cuando empezamos.
No, déjame explicarte. Si nosotros cuando empezamos a hacer Peachy Films, allá en el 2007, tuviéramos las herramientas que hay en Miami Media School, James Cameron y Steven Spielberg, eso al seguro, juégatela. Así que nada, te recomendamos Miami Media School porque la vas a pasar bien y te vas a rodear de personas que tienen tu misma pasión, que les gustan las cosas que hacen, les gusta lo que tú haces. Así que nada, vaya, esto tenía que existir en el 2007, Michael. ¿Dónde estábamos nosotros?
Recomendado 100%.
Came to our attention that medias are very important for the club and for the image of the club, but on top of that, for the players themselves, we decided to partner with the Miami Media School. So thanks to that partnership, Miami Media School will cover videos, documentaries.
For the FC Miami City soccer team.
Respect fair play. Don't forget to stay up to date with what is happening with your FC Miami City throughout the league and PDL's top prospects at FCMiamiCity.com. Now let's offer a 305 welcome to your FC Miami City. Number 2, James Morgan. Number 3, James Filerman. Number 4, Yalvin Villa. Number 7, Tristan Duran. Number 11, Gregory McDoom. Number 12, Noah Piloto. Number 26, Daniel Gonzalez. Number 16, Carlos Lecala. Number 22, Juan Gonzalez. Number 24, Luis Zuluaga. And guarding the nets for the serve, number 28, Fernando Cortez. The head coach for the serve is Mr. Peter Schooler. And now let's start the lineup for FC Miami City. Number 5, Kevin Portman. Number 6, Kevin Wapping. Number 7, Anthony Suarez. Number 10, Mohamed Oudouma. Number 11, Brian Padilla. Number 14, Abdul Abdallah. Number 18, Mato. Number 19, Hamza Moshi. Number 21, Jonathan Cortex. And number 38, Naeem Hamdi. Your FC Miami City is coached by Mr. Juanjo Alwan, assisted by Joy Triaza and Aldo Zilio. And now this time we ask everyone to please rise and gentlemen remove your hats as we honor America with the playing of our national anthem.
And welcome to Tropical Stadium here in beautiful Miami, Florida. Brad Johnson, Sean Stanley coming to you, and we've got a new color person in the box today. We're excited. Go ahead and introduce yourself to the people.
How's it going, everyone? My name is Jordan. I'm a student in Miami Media School, and I'm happy to be here.
Well, Jordan's going to be sitting beside with me all game. We've got a good one here lined up for you. Spoke with the head coach for the FC Miami City team, and Coach Wally said that this was a team that they were very interested in measuring how their season's going to go. He feels that they are on the level of competitiveness with them, a little bit more of a change than what we saw during the first game. This team went 1-2 versus Surf last year, as we spoke about in our earlier pregame. But, Jordan, when you have a team that you feel is level to you, what's the first thing you got to do?
First thing you got to do is hit him in the mouth first.
I like that.
Yeah, absolutely. So you show him, you're on the same level and everything, but we're here to play. We're here to win. So.
And that's exactly what I think that Coach and FC Miami City plans to do today is they take on a team that is actually playing in their first PDL game of the season. As you know, FC Miami City took down Lakeland Tropics already in their first PDL game. So we await the kickoff for Game 2 of FC Miami City, and we are very excited. Again, the lineups, Brian Perea captaining again for FC Miami City. Just now, moments away from the kickoff. Again, crowd is very settled in, ready to go. Happy Mother's Day to all you mothers out there as we get ready to kick off game number 2 for FC Miami City. Don't forget, follow them, all of the action at their Twitter handle at FC Miami City, their Instagram at FC Miami City, and go to YouTube and subscribe to their channel at FC Miami City. It looks like South Florida Surf is going to get the kickoff as we await. Waiting for the referee as South Florida Surf gets the kickoff, and we are underway here at Tropical Stadium. Ball goes straight over to FC Miami City as they begin to set up their offense. Dribbling down the sideline as they cross over to midfield. And what looks like some pretty quick action coming out quickly from Suarez. Suarez backs it back off into the backfield, setting it up for Kevin Kofic as he sets up the offense. We saw this last game as well. Kofic quarterbacking that offense.
Mm-hmm.
They're playing kind of shortly, finally crossing midfield for the first time on a long pass to Momo. Momo in the corner looking for that cross, finds it right in front of the goal. It's thwarted by the defense. Momo working against the defenders as the Surf control it past to midfield, thwarted again against FC Miami City. Oh, and it looks like we have our first push down. Batamalia thrown down at at midfield. Ball is now kicked to the corner. Momo fighting between another defender, tries to get down to the corner, finds the corner, looking to dribble between that, gets through there. Ball is then kicked towards about midfield as FC Miami City keeps it on the Surf side of the pitch.
And this looks similar to the last game, Brad, where they had control about 90% of the game.
And that's, again, what they want to try and do again this game. Kevin Kofic trying to set up that offense once again. Long pass towards the goal. Nice header there by Hamdi. Hamdi with control, dribbling between two defenders. Looks for the quick cross to the corner, looking at Momo. Momo between a defender. Beautiful dribbling skills. Crosses it over in front of the goal line, but it is thwarted away by a header from the Surf. Ball still controlled by FC Miami City. And there was a horrible collision it looks like right about the 30-yard line.
And Bato's down. It doesn't look good.
It doesn't. We heard a loud scream. It looks like his elbow met someone's knee, his knee met someone's elbow as a player from the Surf walks over to explain his case to the referee. We'll see if there's any penalty. There's a signal from the player to come over, for a trainer to come over. Trainer is now running onto the field very quickly. There is some concern. Usually in soccer, they give them plenty of time. Remember, the clock does not stop. This happens in the first 3 minutes of the game. Score is 0-0. The player that is down is Hervé Baltamia. Hervé Baltamia last game was a very, very big element as far as the aggressiveness went in the pace of the game, especially in the second half.
Definitely. He had the ball in his possession, a lot of the game, and, keeping on my FC side and, helping and assisting and everything.
Bartamia is up off of the turf, coming over to the sideline, walking very gingerly while clutching a Gatorade water bottle with the trainer. He walks over. We await now a free kick coming up by Jonathan Parpay as the defense lines up in a wall in front of the goal. Jonathan Varpey sees the kick. It's in the air, crosses over, and it is caught by the goalkeeper for South Florida Surf, Andres Ruiz. Ruiz Andres, as we see his first action of the game. Again, spoke with the head coach. They said both of these teams seem very evenly matched, and the play is showing that, as we see very, very little dominance that we saw in the first game against the Tropics here against the Florida Surf. Ball is kicked over, looking for it to be not offsides. They find it fine in the corner now. Yurandi Suarez passes it to Momo. Momo crosses it over in front of the goal. Now as we await a kick towards the goal, shots on goal, and a good defender, and then a header.
Oh, and then a header to recover.
A header recovered by Naeem Hamdi. Hamdi again scoring the first goal of the game. Last game he scored the first goal of the game as well. And so it looks like Hamdi is the guy who brings in the action.
Absolutely. This would be his third goal in 2 games, correct?
Second goal.
Second goal in 2 games.
Second goal in 2 games for Hamdi. Assist coming up. Yep. Naeem Hamdi, again, second goal of the season, looking for the assist that came from Momo. Goal is now 1-0 as the kickoff starts off. The Surf control at midfield. Naeem Hamdi, again, setting the pace early. That goal coming in the 5th minute of the game. And the goalie comes out on a long kick for FC Miami City and handles it fine. Taib coming out way out of the box for that as he pitches it inbounds. As the FC Miami City now set up their offense as the ball is near their own goal.
One thing I've noticed so far is that FC isn't rushing anything.
The
Tropics seem to be rushing, yeah.
They're not. They're taking their time on this. They know this team. As
Yeah.
Abdallah kicks it back to Kofic. Kofic with the long ball down the field. Looks like Brian Perea tries to gain the possession of it, but is thwarted by the defense. Ball kicks the other way. And then Batamia keeps it on the FC Miami City side of the field. Surf dribbling down down the midfield. FC Miami City retains it. Momo again off the header of a Surf player. Momo back again, finds Kofic. Kofic sets up the offense, coming upfield. They're dribbling up the sidelines. Brian Perea with the ball now on the sidelines waiting, makes another pass. Ball is long cross back over to the short side of the field.
And it's good to see Bato back in the game.
Yep, Bato had the earlier injury where it was there. We do have a ball running, 19 shots on goal.
Hamza sets up.
And it is another goal.
I apologize. That was
Hamza Morchid on the goal.
Yes, that was correct.
Hamza Morchid on the goal. Second goal of the game. That coming in the 7th minute of the game. It's amazing how quickly FC Miami City really is jumping out on opponents here at Tropical Stadium this year so far.
Yeah, it looks like a repeat of the last game, you know. Go at the jugular early.
When you look at what you're doing in this league and the standard that you want to set early in this game, Jordan, I have to say that I've watched a few games already in this PDL league, and I have not seen anyone come out as aggressive as FC Miami City. As you can see, they are already halfway to the amount of goals they scored last game, and barely 10 minutes has gone by in this game. Florida Surf with the control as they try and find midfield. Badamia, hard defense, working through traffic, having to go back to their goalkeeper, Ruiz Andres, in order to make that work. And it's going to be out of bounds. Don't forget, make sure you check out the replay of the last goal on Twitter. Go to @FC Miami City and you will be able to see all of the goals that are replayed all season long. Again, follow them on Twitter at FC Miami City as we wait the inbound pass from the Surf. It's a long ball, controlled right back by FC Miami City.
And right back out of bounds it goes. Off
Momo tried to get a quick little bicycle kick back in, but could not get it to stand. Ball is crossed in over on front of the FC Miami City. There's traffic, and FC Miami City able to navigate the ball out of that traffic as it is kicked out of bounds. It's going to be FC Miami City ball as we await the inbounds from Yurandi Suarez. Yurandi Suarez inbounds the ball. Kevin Kofic in control, setting up the offense as the FC Miami City team looking to see how they are going to get this ball downfield. Long ball kicked. Doesn't look like they're going to catch up with it. And once again, Ruiz Andres finds the ball.
One thing you can appreciate, Brad, is that Hamza Muhid is always down there ready for it anytime it's thrown that side.
He is, and that's a good thing. We're going to get a free kick coming out of, excuse me. Yep, nope, it's just going to be inbounded as he finds it right in front of the goal. And Ruiz Andres comes out of the box going high, seeing his ups there to intercept that pass to get the ball back into the hands of the South Florida Surf as they navigate down the pitch looking towards midfield. Nice give and go play there. Oh, and it is out of bounds. Number 7 for South Florida was unable. Duran Tristan was unable to control that ball as FC Miami City now has control again. Kevin Wharton bringing the ball up as he begins to set up the offense with a long crossing pass over to Kevin Kofic as Kevin Kofic, long ball down the sideline trying to find Momo. Can Momo get to it before it gets offsides? Momo crossing it over. Looks nice save by Ruiz Andres on the cross from Momo. Momo's got wheels, my man. I mean, he can just catch that ball on the fly. It looks like when that ball leaves Kofic's foot, he's like a receiver out there. He just goes out and finds it, and we saw that on that play.
Yeah, it's definitely moving.
As we await now.
Yeah, we have Abdallah setting up for the inbound.
Yep, we're going to have our first corner kick of the game, actually, from Abdallah as we get ready for the defense to set it up. Abdallah, first corner kick coming in about 11th minute. Crosses it over. They cannot get to it as the FC Miami City kicks it back out to midfield. Batamia, long ball looking for
Abdallah.
Abdallah in the corner. Abdallah sets it up, dribbles around. Shoots a quick cross, shot on goal. Oh, off of the top crossbar.
A little too high.
Little too high shot was actually not off the crossbar of the soccer goal. It went off of the
the field goal.
It went off of the field goal bar.
I think he's playing the wrong sport.
If it had only been a couple more inches, that would have been 3 points.
Definitely.
Goal kick coming out by Ruiz Andres. The Surf in control as they try and dribble between the defense of FC Miami City. Beautiful move there by Yurandi Suarez. Suarez, quick feet, trying to find the quarter. Suarez running it out, but will not get to it before Ruiz Andres does. I'm talking about that's some major sauce on those feet from number 7, Yurandi Suarez, as we await the goal kick from Andres Ruiz. Wind really not a factor today as it was in the first game, as we can tell by the leg of Ruiz. Very effortlessly able to get the ball across midfield. Ball is out of bounds. We're awaiting the inbounds from the South Florida Surf. South Florida Surf now ball in right about at midfield. They lose it. Momo kicks it right over to set them up once again. Don't forget, make sure you head over to fcmiamicity.com. That's fcmiamicity.com to get all of your apparel, jerseys, scarves, anything that you like, make sure you get over to fcmiamicity.com and take advantage. Ball is again at midfield. Brian Pereira, the captain, trying to figure out a way to get this ball back into play and at least back into the middle of the field as they're playing up near the sideline.
Guys are really running out there, sacrificing their body, sliding for kicks, trying to get it on the other side.
They definitely are. They definitely are as Warden controls the ball. Finds out that he cannot slide it, and then he does. He gets the ball back. Kevin Kofick had the ball taken from him and through his defensive effort was able to get the ball back in possession as we watch Momo outrun everyone. Turns the corner, looks for it. But we may get an offsides call on that. Momo throws his hands up in exasperation. Don't hate on me because I run a 4.340 and I can outrun everyone on this field. Momo looking at the referee in exasperation as he felt that he was not offsides on that.
Brad, you think he's got Adidas on?
I think he has Adidas on. He's got Adidas on, definitely.
They might give him an island. You never know.
Well, as we await now, Kevin Kofick again setting up the offense. Give and go. Kevin Kofick, long ball, looking for Brian Pereira on the sideline. Intercepted by the Surf as they get ready to go the other way, dribbling between a few defenders. As they kick it back to their short side of the field.
Yeah, they can't pass midfield. Every time they do, FC Miami City takes over possession.
It does appear that way. Again, as we await Kevin Kofick setting up the offense, looking over to Warden. Warden playing it offsides back again. Dribbling up the sideline. Finds Brian Pereira. Pereira dribbling a couple defenders back to Warden. Warden looking for the long ball. Looking for Momo again. Momo on the fly. Can he catch it this time? No, he cannot. As Andres comes out of the box.
Hey, Brad, do you think it's possible that Momo's outrunning the kick?
Yeah. Yeah, we may need to look into that.
Can you be that fast?
You can be that fast. And Muhammad definitely has the wheels to do that. Suarez with the long ball tries to find him.
Tropics kick it right back.
We cross back over into the far side of the field. Here we are looking again. About 16 and a half minutes gone by. Score is 2-0. Haven't seen any shots on goal by the South Florida Surf. FC Miami City in cruise control right now. Ball at midfield, handled by Batamia. Batamia dribbles back as the FC Miami City begin to set up their offense. Brian Pereira back to Warden. Warden dribbles, long ball down the sideline.
That's Hamza.
Hamza looking, long cross over to the other side of the field by Momo, looking for the give and go. Sees the cross in front of the goal, and it's sorted by the defense. Again, that give and go they were looking for to come on the other side with Yurandi Suarez. Yurandi couldn't get around the corner quick enough, so Momo crosses it in front of the goal, but does not find it. Suarez with control of the ball, back to Kofick. Kofick back to Suarez. Suarez on the sideline, back to Kofick. Suarez deciding not to go against the defense, but instead putting it back into play. Momo at midfield, kicking it back in front. Batamia looking at Brian Pereira. Brian Pereira shoves off number 3. Long crossing pass to Momo. Momo tries to find it. Momo does. Looking to dribble between a couple defenders. Momo heading for the corner. Looking for some help. Cross in front of the goal. Finds him. And
nice save by Ruiz.
Save by Ruiz. It looks like Hamda was trying to see if he could get a possible deflection, but he did not make it there in time. As the Surf now fighting to try and get back to midfield.
Yeah, but that's hard because Miami seems to be putting a lot of hard defense on them in the passing zone and attacking zone. it's kind of hard to work out there for the Surf.
It really is. It really is.
See, prime example right there.
Prime example right there. They had a chance to get to the goal, and Wharton and Kofic were right there. Suarez with the ball up the sideline, dribbles past the defender. Nice little give and go from Momo. Then another one. Suarez going around, trying to find him up the sideline. Suarez looking to cross the ball over, dribbles between the defender. Fancy footwork by Suarez. And the
thwarted once again by Ruiz.
Ruiz coming out of the box, able to handle that. I like watching Suarez's feet from up here in the press box. He's got those pretty colors on his cleats, and when he goes really fast, it's like a nice little blur of happiness. Suarez again with the quick feet. We call that sauce work out on the field.
Whole bottle of sauce for Suarez.
Yes, definitely. Ruiz out of the box, and it is going to be out of bounds for the Surf, looking for an inbounds from Suarez as we await the inbounds play, and we've got it, and he kicks it out again in order for them to set up their defense. Defensively, for the South Florida Surf, it seems to me like they are either suffering a little bit from this heat, or remember, this is their first time they're seeing PDL action. As you remember, this is their first PDL game of their season. They played in an open game as their last game, but this is their first time seeing this type of action. As Hamdi and Abdallah play a little give and go, thwarted by South Florida Surf's defense as they try and get past midfield, dribbling through Bamia. They find it,
and he kicks it right out of bounds.
But it's going to be going right back the other way. FC Miami City, we await them to bring the ball in. Again, a little lull in the action. Want to say happy Mother's Day to all the mothers out there. A lot of these players, international players. So hopefully they got a chance to get some FaceTime in on their respective phones or tablets with their mothers. I myself am wearing a pink tie to celebrate my mother for Mother's Day. Jordan, you got any pink on?
Not showing.
Not showing.
But happy Mother's Day. Hope you hear me, Mom.
Yep, I've got my pink on as we celebrate Mother's Day here in Miami, Florida. Ball is now in. Ball is turned by South Florida Surf. South Florida Surf dribbling between two defenders, shot on goal. And it is wide left.
Very close, very close. And that's their first
shot on goal.
Shot on goal for the Surf.
South Florida Surf.
And we're in the 21st minute.
Taib extending wide on that to make sure that ball did not come back inside, but it was wide left. As we await the goal kick from Taib, see if he can get this ball placed at least to midfield. Ball is in the air, sails much further than midfield. Controlled by the Surfs. Can they save it? They almost run into a side trainer's table there as both players tried to volley for the position. FC Miami City comes out with that possession. Hamdi in between a couple of different defenders, dribbling between, finds Perea. Perea's on the sideline. Finds Ethan Sonis. Sonis comes up. I think that's Ethan. Is that Ethan on the sideline? No, I take that back. That's Jonathan Parpay.
Yes, that's Parpay.
Sorry about that, Ethan. Brian Perea takes the inbounds. Stuck in a corner between a defender. Tries to get him off with his elbow. Good defense there. Again, we want to thank our sponsors, Nicholas Children's Hospital, PSG Academy, Florida, Nike, Beth Sports, The Spot, Urban Soccer 5, EU Sport Academy, Miami Media School, and the Ligue de Football Professionnel. Wonderful sponsors for FC Miami City. FC Miami City with control right at midfield. Brian Perea looking for Suarez, and the ball is taken away from Perea.
By his former teammate, number 26, Danny Gonzalez.
Yes, Mr. Gonzalez. We'll talk more about him later on in the game. But as Jordan said, former player. As the Surf look to set their offense back up, coming back the other way.
Surf has control. Hamza is over there playing some hard defense, not letting them pass, not making it easy.
Hamza playing such hard defense, it looks like they're going back to Ruiz Andres, who's coming through. And again, the defense for FC Miami, for FC Miami City is just working overtime.
Definitely.
In this first half of play. Once again, they were on the run. Ball was thwarted.
And it's kicked out of bounds by Pereira.
Waiting for the inbounds play from the Surf. The Surf bring the ball back in. They're at midfield looking to advance toward the goal. Again, thwarted by FC Miami City. Ball's gone down long. Suarez gets the ball back, tries to find it. The Surf step in front of Brian Pereira, who was on his way down the sideline. Ruiz once again kicks it back out as it looks like Durant really active on that. We were told that number 12, Noah Pilato, was someone to follow on South Florida Surf roster. We're looking to see if his name will be called.
Brad, is it me or is this reminiscent of the Lakeland Tropics game so far?
It is, except for remember in the Lakeland Tropics games, 3 goals were scored in the last 10 minutes, where we had 2 goals scored in the first 10 minutes here. So in George Costanza's bizarro world, we have made it.
That's a good one.
Sean Stanley, again, the head producer for the Sports Boss, is a great show that you can hear on SB Nation Radio starting June 5th, Monday through Friday from 10 to noon. Make sure you tune in if you have the app. And here's Sean Stanley. Ball offsides called on
Or co-host
number
Brad Johnson.
19, yes. Offsides called on number 19 for FC Miami City. Hamza, a little excited.
Yeah, looks like the Surf's goalie Ruiz has his work cut out for him.
He does. Long ball there. Surfs dribble looking between the defenders. Batamia hard on the defense, takes the ball away. Nice steal from Batamia as Brian Pereira waits for his players to get into position. He dribbles up the sideline right at midfield, kicks it back out to Kofic. Kofic
kicks it back to Wharton.
Wharton and Kofic playing a little give and go. Oh.
Goes right past Bato.
Goes right between Brian Pereira, thrown to the ground. And that looks like a little tripping action on number 3, James Fillerman for the South Florida Surf. Kofic with the ball back, looking towards Suarez, passes him up. Instead finds Abadallah. Abadallah dribbling between a couple of defenders. Now to Momo. Suarez coming behind Momo. Momo with a nice little touch pass to Suarez. Suarez looks to cross over in front of the goal. And it's a shot on goal. Oh, another. And it is a save.
Great save by Ruiz. Great save.
Great save by Ruiz. But I love the quick touch pass to Suarez. Suarez finding the crossover. Nice shot on goal. Gotta say, great save by Ruiz, the goalkeeper for the South Florida Surf. I tell you what, if I'm standing in front of that box, that ball's going right by me.
I'm telling you, got to give him props.
Got to give him props on that shot on goal.
And that last play was so quick, if you blinked, you could have missed it.
Goal kick right at at midfield.
Controlled by FC.
Momo on the defense. Ball off Suarez. Ball still controlled by the Surf as they are en route looking to find a quick pass. They do. They're now in the corner. Surf coming up looking for their second or third shot on goal. Crosses over. Nice slide by Kofic. Ball still controlled.
Great defense by FC Miami City. Great.
The speedy Momo up the sidelines tries to find Hamdi. Hamdi running as fast as he can. Hamza running as fast as he can. Finds it. Crosses over in front of the goal. Oh, and it is thwarted. Hamdi feels that complaining to the ref, saying he came out. The ref giving him no love today
At all.
unlike his mother did his whole life for Mother's Day. No love.
Great segue there, Brad.
From the referee on this as we await the goal kick from Luis Andres. Ball is kicked out to midfield. Controlled by FC Miami City. FC Miami City saves it, now keeps it, kicks it over the side. Momo to the side, has Suarez in front of him. Instead, decides to kick towards the middle of the field. It's then controlled back by South Florida Surf. South Florida Surf for a little give and go. Crosses in front of the goal.
And it's saved by...
South Florida Surf dribbles between, and looks like we're going to get an offsides by number 21, it looks like, for the South Florida Surf. That would be Darwin Espinal. Darwin Espinal. I don't know. That I might have let that played. That's why I'm not a referee. And number 3, excuse me, James Fillerman on the offsides call. That's why I'm not a referee, though, Jordan.
I hear you.
That looks
Feel
a
the
little
same
close to
way.
me. We've got action here at midfield.
And once again, FC Miami City's defense is not allowing anything.
Not allowing anything. Momo takes a soft pass off to the sideline.
Nice pass to Hamza.
Hamza with the cross coming over, dribbling through, crosses back, but it looks like Tristan Duran again comes up with it. And I've got to say, Tristan Duran for the Surf has been doing some nice defensive work in the corner. This little give and go that Momo and Suarez have been trying to set up during the first half of this game, Tristan Duran has been up to the challenge and been able to thwart it so far. Last game, we saw Momo and Ethan Suarez doing the same thing.
Definitely.
30 minutes have gone by in the first half here at Tropical Park on Mother's Day in beautiful Miami, Florida. Weather is about 85 degrees. Sun is just kind of marinating right now. Score still 2-0. FC Miami City. South Florida Surf in control as Duran looks to kick back to set the offense up. They really look like they do not want to put any pressure on this FC Miami City defense. I'm not sure if they're trying to see if they want to, what they're doing for their offense, but it is not very, they're not playing a vertical game right now.
Yeah, they look a bit reluctant.
Kevin Kofic with the control. Hamza finds it. Momo gets it back, dribbles between 3 defenders, crosses over to captain Brian Perea. Perea on the other sideline looking for Hamza.
And Hamza kicks it right out of Hamza. I apologize.
Yep, Hamza.
Kicks it right out of bounds. Hamza Morkid.
As we await the inbounds here. Again, Jordan, like we said, this looks like a replay of game 1, except for the scoring is switched. But as far as the intensity and the speed of FC Miami City, that's what it's looking here.
Yeah, that hasn't changed. It still is intense, still is quick and swift with the ball. And we got to see, more footwork from Suarez as opposed to last game.
We're going to see our second kick here coming out of the corner from, and I think that was Kofic. Kofic crosses over, and the header is over the top of the goalpost. Over the top of the goalpost. Here we go.
And it looks like we're going to get another corner kick. Kofic's going to control it. No, I apologize. That is Parpay, Jonathan. He's going to do the corner kick. Sets up.
Look at the defense as they set up around the goal. It's in the air. Header. Shot on goal, but
nice save by Ruiz.
Again
Kofic almost had a nice header goal right there.
Well,
I apologize. That is.
We got to see the defense. They were battling for position there. And
Definitely.
look how aggressive the defense for FC Miami City is right now. I really like that out of Hamdi. Hamdi, of course, scoring the first goal of this match.
Yeah,
but his aggressiveness on defense there is also to be commended.
Oh, definitely. They haven't taken a second off in the first 33 minutes of this game. They've been fighting and clawing all 33 minutes.
As we look here again for a quick little give and go, finds Brian Pereira.
Now Hamza's controlling, looking for
Nice
another
little
teammate.
touch pass. Finds Jonathan. And the
And
ball is kicked back out. As Kevin Wharton loses it to a defender, tries to go back.
And-
Batamia controls it, kicks it over to Speedy Suarez. Suarez with the nice footwork. Loses the possession, though. First time the Surf playing a little bit more up the past few minutes, starting off their offense at midfield of the pitch. Last few times they started their offense right in front of the goal.
yes, this is uncharted territory for them of some sorts.
It is, as they try and aggressively move the ball upfield, crossing it over, thwarted by the defense of FC Miami City.
Now Kofic is controlling, looking for a teammate, kicks it all the way over to Hamza, and it looks like, is that an offsides?
That's going to be an offsides
Definitely.
with Hamza.
That's unfortunate. It looked like he had a great setup there.
It did. Looked like they had a great setup. You know what I like to see in the stands? I like to see all the mothers that are out here with their children as they're celebrating Mother's Day in a beautiful PDL match between South Florida Surf and FC Miami City. No better way to spend it than watching PDL soccer at its finest as we await this free kick from South Florida Surf. Ball is then taken back away from the South Florida Surf on the free kick from FC Miami City. And it looks like Hamdi over to Brian Pereira.
Correct me if I'm wrong, Brad, but that's only the second time they've been that deep.
That is
into
that's
FC
what I said.
Miami
It's
City.
Pretty. It was away from the norm. They are usually playing in front of their goal.
Yeah.
Fancy footwork by Hamdi between 3 or 4 people.
It looked like he back kicks it right out of bounds. And then Pereira inbounds it to Suarez. Kofic controls.
Suarez crosses it back over to the other side of the field. As we look for Wharton to set up the offense. Wharton with the long ball crossing over. Can Pereira get to it in time? It looks like, and Pereira's got an empty, Pereira almost has an empty net. Shots on, and he dribbles through, shot on goal, and it's thwarted.
That was some great footwork by Hamza. It looked like it's going to be an exciting play.
Great footwork by Hamza. I've got to give it to Ruiz Andres, who came all the way out of the box to defend Hamza. And that is what I call a little bit too close to comfort, as we've got an offsides call against South Florida. And it looks like that's going to be against James Fillerman again, his second offsides call in the past few minutes.
And it looks like FC Miami City is taking over this game because of these 3 offensive stats, key offensive stats. You know, they're leading in offsides. Surf has had a few offsides, I'm not sure how many, shots and the corner kicks. And FC Miami City is leading in all 3 and also dominating offensively with a score 2-0. 2-0.
2-0 is what we call it here on the pitch. Again, Jordan, one of our great students, filling in for us as part of our sports emphasis program with Miami Media School, where I am an instructor. And Miami Media School, again, a very large sponsor of FC Miami City. We want to say thank you to them and to Valerie Gammons for her work with putting this together. I would thank Sean Stanley, but he's sitting right next to me, and I don't want him to get too excited. Ball is inbounded by Kevin Kofic. Wharton takes over.
Bato's looking for a teammate. Somebody to set him up. Gives it right back to Parpay.
Jonathan looking. Dribbles downfield. Long crossing ball over to Brian Pereira. Brian looking to dribble between a defender. Cuts
Nice
between
footwork.
him. Shots on goal. And it is thwarted.
Another beautiful save by Ruiz.
Ruiz has his work cut out for him this first half.
Definitely.
as he has been very active in the box for the South Florida Surf. Like I said, I like his aggressiveness. He has come out a couple of times to contest some pretty open kicks from FC Miami City. As we await a corner kick, Suarez backs up as he looks at the defense as they begin to jockey for position in front of the goal. Kick is up.
And he kicks it to Hamdi, who's
Hamdi
behind
crosses
everybody.
it in front, looks for the header. They keep it there. Warden couldn't control it. Warden was looking to turn the kick into the goal. He couldn't control it. The Surf kick it out past midfield, out of bounds.
Closest.
You know, if Warden had an opportunity to turn that kick, I think he had a great shot and possibly it becoming the third goal for FC Miami City. He just couldn't find his footing.
Yeah, he had all the space in the world in front of him.
Sometimes that happens.
Definitely.
When I was about 16 years old, I had all the world in front of me, and then, you know, I met someone, and 30 years later, we're still married. Happy Mother's Day, Katie.
Congratulations.
Happy Mother's Day. Ball is inbounded by FC Miami City as they look to control it on the short side of the field from the Surf. Surf kick it out to midfield as the ball is being thrown around in the air, waiting for it to drop. Looks like, almost Bontamia on the header, almost collided with his knee. Nice slide by Bontamia to keep it in bounds as he bounces up. And just look at Bontamia go.
Look at the effort.
I mean, you got to think this guy gets up off the ground, outraces two defenders to try and grab the ball, and he's just, it looks like the Surf are just being about as lackadaisical as possible during this first half. I've got to think that they're either conditioning or just the purpose.
Yeah, they're
The
probably
way
not.
they're playing just does not seem up to par to what we're seeing with their counterparts, the home team, FC Miami City.
Yeah, they're probably not used to this humidity. You know, the humidity is high down here. You know, FC Miami City plays down here, practices down here. You know, it's probably nothing to them.
Well, as we get ready, ball is then taken over. Brian Perea tries to find his way from Gregory McDoom and Ethan Decker. Again, Tristan Duran, though, on the great defense for the South Florida Surf. Tristan Duran for the Surf, one of the more active Surf players, especially on defense, a name that I've called a few times before.
Mm-hmm.
As they cross over to the far side of the pitch, looking to dribble up the sideline as they cross midfield, again thwarted by FC Miami City. Coming up on the 42nd minute of the first half, game has been dominated on both sides of the field by FC Miami City. Score still 2-0 as we get ready for the halftime. Can we say halftime show?
What are we going to show, though?
Well, I'm not going to show my nipples like I would on the Miami Media School.
Ah.
While I do the sports bosses. That's something Sean always tries to get me to do. I refuse to do it.
We got to replace it with something.
Got to replace it with something. Now we are dribbling between, finally, long ball. But, of course, Tahib is right there to take care of it. But, again, Tahib finally getting a little action.
Yeah,
he's
he's
sitting back there.
Sitting back there having
And, you know, when you're a goalie, that's something you have to, you know, in games like this, when you're in a match that's, you know, on the other side of the field the majority of the game, you have to keep alert. You have to keep awake.
True.
And a lot of times goalies are able to sit back and point out things that they are able to see because there's no action going on in front of them, and that helps a lot.
Definitely. And they can switch at any time, so you're right. He has to be alert because he doesn't want to be the reason, you know, breaks his 2-0 score.
We await the inbounds from Miami City. Long ball kicked. Hamza tries to run it down. Hamza again, doing the most for FC Miami City, which you'd like to see, obviously, from the home team. There's a collision on the other side of the field. I can't see who it was between right now, but ball is still in play as Suarez takes it towards the corner. Suarez finds Brian Perea. Suarez back around. Perea keeps the ball. Shots on goal, and it was wide left as Ruiz Andreas lays out. On the other side of the field, but shot was wide. There was a collision on the far side of the field right before that chain of events, before that shot on goal. I couldn't get to it.
That was Parpay. He was down for a couple seconds, but he popped back up.
Jonathan is a beast, as you can see. It's going to take a lot more to keep him down.
Absolutely.
We're just under 1 minute of regulation to play here in the first half, where the score remains 2-0. FC Miami City over the South Florida Surf. The referees jawing it up a little bit with FC Miami City. And that's good to see. You want to make sure that you're engaged in the game. Got a little emotion behind it. Nothing wrong with that.
Absolutely.
Beautiful defense. Momo gets a deflection off of Jonathan Perpay. Ball is then deflected out of bounds as we await the inbounds from South Florida Surf. Might get a chance to see Mehdi Tahib get a little work, as this is one of the few times the ball is going to start close to Taib. Ball is thrown in, and immediately it's a header out of bounds. South Florida Surf arguing with the call. It does not look like they're going to win that one, though. We got 2 minutes of extra time in the first half. 2 minutes of overage in the first half as Kofic passes it over to Suarez. Suarez still looking to dribble up towards midfield. Throw it away. Suarez ball is back to him, to Hamid. Ball then kicked back to Kofic. Kofic over to the far side of the field.
And Wharton setting up, looking for a teammate.
Wharton with the long kick.
Closest was Hamza. Now we have Hamdi. Kicks it over to
Brian
Perea.
Perea in the corner. Nice footwork. Finds Momo. Momo looks to get it. Shot on goal. Thwarted again.
Another great save by Ruiz. How many saves is that today? About 1 million?
Ruiz having some heavy time in the box today.
Now we have Hamdi. Kicks it over to
Perea in the corner. As ball is to midfield. Suarez controls. Kicks it up the sideline to Perea. Oh, Perea thrown down heavily that time by Tristan Duran. Like I said, Tristan Duran doing the most today with the Surf on defense, and you just saw the aggressiveness against team captain Brian Perea. Ball is crossed over to the corner.
And another kick out of bounds, and that was by Gonzalez.
Gonzalez, again, ex-player for the FC Miami City. We spoke with the head coach for FC Miami City, who said, you know what? We know what he can do. We might just have his number.
And I think they do. We haven't heard from much from him today, have we?
No, we have not. Just under a minute to play in the first half, and the view from the press box continues to get better for FC Miami City.
Fantastic, if I say so myself.
Wonderful. And that's going to bring a close to the first half of this Mother's Day match between FC Miami City and the South Florida Surf. FC Miami City 2-2-0. And it just looks like almost a repeat of last game. Of course, those 3 goals coming in the last 10 minutes of the second half.
Yeah, it looks like it's just a reverse of it, because we got the 2 goals in the first 10 minutes, and you hope it ends the same.
And when we come back from the break, we will give a little quick analysis of the first half. You've been listening to Brad and Jordan here on FC Miami City's telecast. We'll be back.
love Miami Media School because they have hands-on training and experience right for you. I love this school.
Me encanta Miami Media School porque aquí puedo aprender acerca de broadcasting.
So I love Miami Media School because you actually get hands-on experiential knowledge.
I love Miami Media School because Miami Media School has opened up a ton of avenues for me. Avenues meaning opportunity that I thought I would never have.
Me encanta la escuela Miami Media School, ya que he aprendido bastante en esta escuela.
I love Miami Media School because I get hands-on learning with people that are in the field.
I love Miami Media School because it allows you to be whatever you want to be.
I love Miami Media School because I get to pursue my dream 24/7, 365.
Yeah!
El Barbie Show es un programa para nuevos talentos. Invito a artistas que no son escuchados, que quieren ser escuchados, que son voces que están apagadas porque no le dan la oportunidad en varios programas de traerlos, ya que no tienen nombre, no son famosos. Más de 100,000 personas miran mi programa y es un programa nuevo que apenas está empezando a arrancar bien y que creo que a la gente mucha gente me dice que le gusta mi dinámica, que soy muy divertida, muy contenta y como que le alegro el día, que gracias a Miami Media School que me abrió la puerta para este programa tan bonito. Porque ellos están prácticamente diseñados para eso, para ayudarte y para educarte y para que tú puedes hacerlo. Y de verdad puedes hacerlo porque de esta escuela, Miami Media School, ha salido mucha gente talentosa y que ahora mismo están en canales de televisión, en radio. Y el que no está es porque la verdad no ha querido. Porque yo pensé que no podía y estoy.
My family had an NBC license from Cuba that was taken from our family in 1959 in the Castro Revolution. And all these years later, at the age of 50, I'm given an opportunity to apply for a radio license. Then I come, see the Miami Media School advertisements, and I said, well, maybe I'll empower myself to winning by signing up for the course. So I did. And all of a sudden, man, I'm in the computer, looking at my regular emails, boom, FCC permit, 94.5 FM, 100 watt, low power radio. Oh my God, you'll be the first alumni, Miami Media School alumnus, that actually built a station from ground up. And I just couldn't believe it. I go, oh my God, I really did will myself. Now, I'm the proud franchisee of WSQF Blink Radio, where you blink once I said it, blink twice, you missed it.
Hi, my name is Lex Francis. I'm a recent graduate from Miami Media School at 2016. I just got recently hired at Fort Myers Wink News, affiliated with CBS and CNN. Been around since 1939. Miami Media School is a phenomenal facility with great equipment, professors in the industry. It's an up and down roller coaster, but you just got to stay the course, stay consistent, hustle, and show that you're determined, and you'll get a very good outcome within the school.
Hi, I'm Justin Clark, recent graduate of Miami Media School. I came to the school over a year ago with just a love for movies, but I left with so much more. I am now a board operator for Intercom Media. I work at 104.3 The Shark, where I get to work inside the radio industry. I also have an online podcast where I'm doing through here at the school, where I get to talk about my favorite passion, which is movies. You can learn so much here at Miami Media School in such a short amount of time, which is what I did. In less than a year, I picked up so many skills from audio editing to video editing. I am so happy that I made that decision.
Hola, somos los Peachy Boys de Mix 98.3 de La Gozadera y estamos aquí en el Miami Media School.
Estamos aquí y esta escuela está espectacular. Se la recomiendo 100%. Esto está buenísimo, tiene muchas cosas. Te enseñan a trabajar con las cámaras, te enseñan a producir, te enseñan a hacer tu propio show de radio. Esto está espectacular. Si nosotros hubiésemos tenido una escuela así como esta, vaya, hubiera sido tremenda ayuda para cuando empezamos.
No, déjame explicarte. Si nosotros cuando empezamos a hacer Peachy Films allá en el 2007, tuviéramos las herramientas que hay en Miami Media School, James Cameron y Steven Spielberg, eso al seguro, juégatela. Así que nada, te recomendamos Miami Media School porque la vas a pasar bien y te vas a rodear de personas que tienen tu misma pasión, que les gustan las cosas que hacen, les gusta lo que tú haces. Así que nada, vaya, esto tenía que existir en el 2007, Michael. ¿Dónde estábamos nosotros?
Recomendado 100%.
It came to our attention that medias are very important for the club and for the image of the club, but on top of that for the players themselves, we decided to partner with the Miami Media School. So thanks to that partnership, Miami Media School will cover videos, documentaries, but also the live games on YouTube. It was something very essential for the club to have a professional organization taking care of the media. And that's why we decided to partner with the Miami Media School. So last weekend we had a special event for the players. We have been doing a photo shoot for the players for the past 2 years. So last year we've done that. It was not well organized because it was doing on an amateur way, let's say. And this season we decided to do that with our new partner Miami Media School. So we came to the school, we had the players here at the school. So on one hand we've done the photo shoot with Danny, our photographer, and then we had our partner on the spot barbershop who took care of the players. So they cut the hair, the beard. That way, it was important for the players to have a good looking for the interviews, video interviews. And we had a few drops done for the radio that you have in school. And let me tell you that all the players are really, really happy and very excited about the opportunity that they had last week. And for us, it was very important to as well, be associated to this kind of event. I'm super excited. Every season is different because every time we start from scratch, we have to hire new players. We have a brand new staff this season, coaching staff. We have people who came just to reinforce the team. We try to balance between former players, returning players, and new players, rookies. It's a very exciting season, upcoming season, and I'm pretty excited about it.
Oui, j'attends que ça, la compétition, la compétition, la compétition.
I'm really excited because I think we have a really, really good team and we're looking forward to be champions this year.
Complètement, j'attends que ça. Yeah, it's very excited. It's my second year, so I'm looking forward to going farther than last year and improving everything that we missed on last year.
Cada temporada es algo nuevo y uno quiere siempre dar lo mejor de sí.
Oui, j'attends que ça et on espère faire une bonne saison.
Super eccitato e credo che oltre che eccitato voglio dire che sono molto ambizioso perché stiamo lavorando bene, stiamo lavorando con tutta l'intensità necessaria per esprimerci al meglio. Chiaro che nel calcio non c'è nessuna regola che ti fa arrivare prima, ancora prima di iniziare, ma credo che abbiamo comunque le carte in regola per riuscire a giocarcela.
Oui, bien sûr. C'est un nouveau championnat pour nous. On vient de France et j'ai vraiment envie de débuter cette saison et espérer gagner ce championnat.
I am excited. I think we have a good season ahead of us, and it should be a good season.
Yeah, of course, because we have been working really hard, and
with the coaches and the staff. We had some great guests from France to help us.
Estoy emocionado porque sé que podemos llegar a ser campeones.
I'm very excited and it will be a good season for us.
Sí, muy emocionado. Es una nueva experiencia para mí. Y pues con toda.
Yes, I am really looking forward to the season. We only have 12 days to get ready, and it should be a fun one.
Extremely excited and grateful for the opportunity, and hopefully we can get things going on the right direction this year.
And welcome back to beautiful Tropical Park Stadium here in Miami, Florida. Happy Mother's Day goes out to all you that are watching and listening. Don't forget, get over to the YouTube channel and watch FC Miami City and at FC Miami City on Twitter for all the replays of goals. Let's talk about those goals. There were two scored in the first half, one by Naeem Hamdi, who scored the first goal of last game, and he scored the first goal of this game. So he was able to do that, did that in the very first couple of minutes of the game. And then just a few minutes later, followed up by teammate Hamza Morchid. And Hamza, again, on the defensive level, has been playing very, very aggressive on both sides of the field. I got to say, you're exactly right, Jordan, with what you said they needed to do.
Yeah, early. Punch him in the mouth early, and that's exactly what they did. And I'm really impressed by the goal by Hamdi. It was off a rebound. It was a header. So he's right there ready for it, and boom, goal.
And that's what you're going to have to do. What are we looking for in the second half?
We're looking for FC Miami City to keep their defensive dominance up, not let them pass the 50 like they have been, and more scoring, if anything.
And more scoring from anything. Don't forget, follow along on YouTube at FC Miami City or on Twitter at FC Miami City. For Brad and Jordan, we'll talk to you again at the beginning of the second half for kickoff.
See you then.
Si te gusta, vamos ven. Tú sabes, mi nena, voy a todo eso no ven. Dale, vente, mami, vente, yeah. Dale hasta abajo. Pégate, mamita, vente, vamos.
My family had an NBC license from Cuba that was taken from our family in 1959 in the Castro Revolution. And all these years later, at the age of 50, I'm given an opportunity to apply for a radio license. Then I come, see the Miami Media School advertisements, and I said, well, maybe I'll empower myself to winning by signing up for the course. So I did. And all of a sudden, man, I'm in the computer, looking at my regular emails, boom, FCC permit, 94.5 FM, 100 watt, low power radio. Oh my God, you'll be the first alumni, Miami Media School alumnus, that actually built a station from ground up. And I just couldn't believe it. I go, oh my God, I really did will myself. Now I'm the proud franchisee of WSQF Blink Radio, where you blink once I said it, blink twice, you missed it.
second half of this wonderful match between FC Miami City and the South Florida Surf. At this time, we'd like to say thank you to our sponsors, Nicholas Children's Hospital, PSG Academy of Florida, Nike BN Sports, The Spot, Urban Soccer 5, EduSport Academy, Miami Media School, and Ligue de Football Profesional. They are wonderful, wonderful sponsors for FC Miami City. I'd like to say thanks as we begin the second half. Again, we're going to be looking for them to do the same thing, looking towards those key offensive stats of offside shots and corner kicks. Remember, FC Miami City is leading in all three, and I do believe, Jordan, if they continue that same game plan, we should be looking at the second win of the season. Without jumping too far, let's get ready for FC Miami City as they get set to kick off here in just a couple of seconds. Doesn't look like the lineup for FC Miami City has changed at all, but I do see a couple of new faces on the South Florida Surf team. And looks like Darwin Espinal has entered. And we have kickoff. And they begin straight through as he breaks through. Momo on the cross. Shots on goal. Saved immediately.
Right.
And I tell you what, Andres, the first thing he does when he gets off of the locker room is has to handle a Momo shot on goal.
Yes.
Welcome back to the match, my friend.
Great welcome back. Another save.
And that's the type of offensive aggressiveness that they were looking to do to start the game off with, and that play was beautifully designed. Like you said earlier, Jordan, to punch him in the mouth.
Yep. And make it even better, Momo was there down there by himself. That is like a 4-on-1.
Yes, definitely so. Andres kicks it out of bounds. Almost hits a runner over there on the far side on the track.
Mr. by inch.
Mr. by inch, he's got good reflexes over there. Real good reflexes.
Definitely.
She was able to move. As we wait for the inbounds pass as it gets in, controlled by FC Miami City.
Abdallah with the footwork.
Abdallah dribbling between two defenders, trying to get out of that corner, does not make it.
And it looks like FC Miami City exactly what they're doing in the first half, controlling.
And, you know, you want to set that tone early.
Absolutely, absolutely.
And they've done that. As we watch the defense for South Florida Surf jockey for position against FC Miami City, as we await the corner kick, looks like it's going to be Jonathan Parpay, who is going to be kicking that in as the ball crosses over.
Nice curve.
Long ball to the other side as Kofic chases it down, keeps it in play. Kofic then passes it out to Kofic. Actually gets the ball back along the sideline as he dribbles through, finds the corner, looking for Brian Perea. Brian Perea trying to turn the corner, almost tripped up.
And he kicks it right out of bounds.
Perea looks to have lost his balance against the defender.
Actually, looked like his foot might have got stuck in that turf.
Yeah, definitely so.
And we all know about the turf monster.
Turf monster will jump up and bite you. We look again at Batamia being very active towards that midfield. Brian Perea trying to fight through. Ball still on this side of the field. First time it getting over to midfield, and it looks like it's going to be kicked right to Taib as Taib brings the ball out of the box.
Nice long kick by Taib. And looks like, what do we have here?
That was a nasty hit.
Yeah,
that
bad
number
collision.
16 took. That was
Carsley
Callum. And you say hockey players are tough, but I just saw a dinger off of Callum's head. He got right back up and started to play. Ball is going to stay in bounds and stay in possession for – actually, nope, they're going to switch possessions on that as they did a deflection off of his chest. It's going to go to the South Florida Surf as we await Tristan Duran's inbounds. Tristan Duran, very active on defense for the South Florida Surf. Maybe one of the only active players I saw.
I was just about to mention that. Looked like he's been the most active.
Durant gets dribbled around. Long pass. Can Momo catch it?
Not this time.
No, he cannot.
That's 1 out of 1,000. Usually chases those down.
You know, the NFL Combine had a contest. Whoever ran the fastest 40 would get either $1 million or an island. And it was won by, was it Cooper?
No, it was actually the wide receiver from Washington, John Ross.
John Ross, that's right.
Yeah.
Ross won it, wasn't wearing the Adidas.
Very
and then we had
unfortunate.
another sprinter come out and say he could run the 40 and 4-1. I'd like to see what we could do for soccer players.
Yeah.
And see what give Momo a shot at that million or the island.
Momo looked like he can crush about a 4-4-4-2.
Oh, yeah, easily.
Easily.
Ball kicked out of bounds by South Florida Surf as we await the inbounds. Looks like Jonathan Pompey is going to bring the ball in as the players jockey for position.
Kicks it into Hamza. Controlled by Bato.
And ball is still on the sideline. Brian Perea taking a very hard deflection as he hops up onto the ground. Very hard deflection on the sideline. Brian gets up gingerly, stretches out those calf muscles, and as we await him to bounce on, penny jerseys getting some work in, as well as on the side of FC Miami City. We may see some substitutions in the next 15 to 20 minutes possibly. We look towards midfield as Bonamia tries to regain control.
And Danny Gonzalez. First time we called his name in a long time.
As we look on the sideline for the Surf as they try and cross it to midfield. Ball is crossed to midfield. Good defense by Momo, but he spun around like a top, falls on his feet. Ball is crossed over, shots, Frost, and it is kicked back out.
Great save by Wharton.
By Kevin Wharton. Kevin Wharton was right there in front of the goal as they tried to make the cross, but his size 12 had something to say against that.
Definitely. And it looks like FC is, continuing this defensive dominance. They're not giving – it's airtight.
Ball is passed through, passed over, and passed out of bounds. As you can see, the frustration coming from Tristan Duran as he threw the ball in, and it sailed nowhere close to the target he was looking for. The weather has dipped down. It's a cool 84 degrees. Little to no wind blowing, but the sun is behind the press box, so that gives some relief to the fans and the mothers who are here with their children for Mother's Day.
So that means it's like a frying pan out on the turf.
It means it's like a oven. A frying pan to me would be hotter than the oven because you got the grease popping and things like that with the frying pan.
Good point.
The oven's more of a controlled heat. We'll call it an oven still.
And it looks like Hamdi is fighting. Oh, and he's pushed down by Surf. No call by a Surf player.
Momo speeding through about 4 people to make
Momo
the cross.
Sets it
and
up.
The header overshot.
Great attempt by Hamza. Just a little too high.
Hamza catches the cross from Momo, who literally went between 4 guys to get that crossing pass right in front of Hamza.
By a Surf player. He dribbles like no one's in front of him. Like
it's really
no
fun to watch
there.
his feet. It's really fun to watch his feet move here in this stadium. Brian Perea with the pass deflected, trying to defend. Ethan Soros. Is that Ethan Soros? Excuse me.
No, that's Parpey.
Jonathan
kicks it out of
Parpey
bounds.
kicks it out of bounds.
And one thing I do notice, anytime the Surf have control of the ball, at least 2 FC Miami City defenders collapse down on them and, give them no space.
As we've got a long ball come out, wherever you are, the goalie says, and Mahidi Tabib, as he gets a chance to come out of his net for the first time in a long time.
And it looks like a push down, and it'll be FC Miami City's possession. Jonathan Parpay is looking to throw it in, or kick it in, rather.
It's a long crossing pass to the other side of the field. See if Suarez can take control of it. He does. Light touch pass.
Abdallah with the footwork.
Abdallah dribbles out of the traffic, kicks it back to midfield. It's a quick dribble. Tries to find Brian Pereira in the corner. That's thwarted as well. Jonathan Pape tries to work it out. Jonathan Pape tries to find it out, and he looks like he's getting some type of verbal problem from Batamia. Batamia is being spoken to hard, and
yellow card.
It happened. Wow. Batamia jawing with the referee, and it looks like we have a yellow card. We'll await the official announcement, but Batamia was hot.
Wonder what he said, but I know it's enough to get a yellow card.
So,
hopefully it wasn't anything about his mother.
Yeah.
Wrong day for that. Wrong day for that.
Batamia looks like he is going to be the recipient of that. Brian Pereira, the team captain, immediately ran over to try and keep him quiet, but that did not work.
As 22 for the Surf kicks it in.
You got to think, this league usually allows these players to play. They give them an opportunity to play around.
True.
As we look now, ball is being dribbled through a couple of defenders. Nice slide. Now we've got another FC Miami City player down. He was going for the slide and the kick, and it looks like a Surf player went right into the top of his kneecap.
And it looks like Jonathan Parpay, correct?
Jonathan Parpay writhing in pain along the sideline. He was slid into by another cleat. The referee motioning for the trainer to come over. The trainer comes over. There is concern from both sides of the team. Brian Pereira, team captain, trying to argue the case of what happened. Does not look like it's a good situation right now, as there are a lot of FC Miami City players around, and one of the Surf players tried to touch Jonathan Pereira. That is not going to work
Not at all.
with Hamza, who pushes him out of the scrum and says, "Get out of here." It looks like the Surf player might have been trying to reach down to, ask if he's okay. Hamza pushes him away. Now Brian Pereira comes over to tell him to get out of here.
Hamza's having none of that.
The referee trying to tell number 21 to just get out of here. That's Darwin Espinal. Darwin Espinal possibly trying to plead his case. Darwin Espinal pleading his case. Does not look like that's going to happen, though, right now, as the main focus is on
Jonathan Parpay, and he gets up. Great sign.
Jonathan Parpay gets up.
And as he gingerly walks to the bench, you always hope he's okay.
You have to think now what the referee is thinking as he talks to Brian Pereira. Darwin now sets up for a free kick. Darwin Espinal was trying to, I think, apologize or say something to Jonathan as we await the kick. The defense lines up, jockeys for position. Tahib on the far right side of the goal. Ball is kicked through, bent over. Tahib goes out, shot on goal, and it is a score for the South Florida Surf score. Tahib initially made the first stop. There was a deflection.
And it was picked up and scored by Callum Carsley.
Callum Carsley takes the ball off of the deflection from Tahib on the initial shot on goal. and was able to capitalize on the first goal for the South Florida Surf. Ball is kicked through, bent over, Tahib, and goes out, shot on goal. And that goal coming in the 58th minute. And what happens there is that, ladies and gentlemen, is the very first goal scored against the FC Miami City and Mahid Tahib in this young season for 2017 in the Southeast Division for PDL.
And it's very similar to FC Miami City's first goal, which was off a deflection. And the same goal nonetheless.
Now, we spoke with our head coach, Wagner, who said that he felt that this team had the best chance to match up competitively. He felt that they were pretty even. During the first half, though, I had to have disagreed with him.
Yeah, and I agree with you. Looked like they dominated them the entire first half, defensively and offensively.
But I do have to say, with the Surf, and I know how momentum goes, it does look like there's a little bit more bounce or pep in their step this half than there was the first half.
Definitely. They probably went in the locker room, reflected on the first half.
You call it reflection. I call it getting yelled at, but, it's all the same.
Right.
Either way, things have changed. The pace of the game has picked up during this second half, as that's a long cross pass over to Brian Perea. Almost hits our resident jogger.
But once again, her reflexes kick in.
She's like a rock over there. She's just standing thick and strong. She's not moving. It could be possibly those wireless headphones she has on. Maybe she doesn't hear anything.
Or maybe she's just watching the telecast.
That could be too. Remember, she could be on YouTube. Go to @FC Miami City. You can hear and watch the game on YouTube all game long. As we await the inbounds.
But let me ask you, what has changed as far as for the Surf right now? Because they're attacking more, at least this half showing.
Well, it looks like they're being a little bit more aggressive if they do lose a ball. And before, it was the FC Miami City defenders who, if they were to get a steal, they would immediately turn it around and try and get it back. Now we're seeing the Surf do that, as we just see there Tristan Duran fighting really hard with Hamza on that to try and get the ball back. We didn't see that the first half. If they lost a ball, they would just keep playing. They would make no effort to try it, or should I say no second effort to try and get the ball back. We're seeing that the second half, or at least in the beginning of the second half.
Yeah, I agree. It seems like the coach set a fire on them in the locker room at halftime. And like you said, getting yelled at. That'll make you do something right. You don't want to get yelled at again.
You don't want to get yelled at.
Exactly.
Here we are now awaiting a free kick as the defense sets up. It looks like it's going to be Jonathan Parpay on the kick as we await defenders jockeying for position in front of the goal. Kick is up, shots on goal, and it's thwarted out by Andres Ruiz. We saw his ups there.
Yeah, and that was pretty on point.
We definitely saw it. Almost a Sports Center highlight in that goal save there as we await a corner kick from Jonathan Parpay. On the kick as we await defenders. Jonathan Parpay, kick is up, bent around, it's in the air, deflected, kicked back out almost towards midfield. As Bantominia gets it back to ball. Passed over to team captain Brian Perea. Perea dribbles in between, waits for the nice give and go. Suarez goes behind him, gives it back up to Abdallah. Abdallah dribbles between a defender, dribbles between another defender. Short crossing pass over to and Hamzi misses that. Momo between two defenders falls down as he tries to cut the defenders in half. Bantamia comes up quickly for the support.
Wharton sets up, looking for a teammate, kicks to the Parpay.
Parpay finds Bantamia on the sideline. Bantamia in the air, looks over to Momo. Momo can't handle it. Momo finds it there, and it's a header out of bounds. Momo hit his ear against number 6, Rory O'Keefe of South Florida.
And that was about 5 straight headers we just saw.
Momo tough grabbing his ear as he gets a hand on his shoulder from the lone goal scorer for South Florida Surf. It looks like Carsley Callum came over to make sure he was okay. Carsley Callum and Momo fighting in the corner. Ball is high in the air. Comes down. And it looks like there may have been an offsides on that. I'm not sure how that worked out because the ball was in the air for so long.
Yeah, but it looks like it's going to be the Surf's possession as Ruiz sets up the kick.
Ruiz clears half field or midfield on that kick as it's headed out of bounds by Jonathan Parpay. As we await the inbounds pass. Intercepted by Momo, defended by Jonathan Parpay. Jonathan Parpay still on defense and kicks it back out of bounds. Jonathan Parpay very aggressive on this close side of the field to the press box.
As we wait for Carsley to throw it in.
Parpay trying to fight through the Surf.
And it's kicked out of bounds by Parpay. Great defense there.
And I want to say, I'm seeing some aggressive play from Darwin Espinal. He had a little encounter with him earlier, and I like to see that. It looks like the South Florida Surf they are the ones who are aggressive this second half, and with the momentum shift, it looks like for the first time, head coach Wagner is going to go to his bench as we're looking at a couple of substitutes standing on the sideline. Maybe they wanted those last 10 minutes of the game, which was just very surprising. So if you're South Florida Surf and you saw any type of game film from the very first game, you've got somebody all over number 9. Because remember, folks, last time this man stepped off of the bench, he scored 2 goals.
Yes, you always got to look out for a player like that. He can be dangerous.
And he is immediately dropped. He goes up in the air. Rory O'Keefe drops him to the turf as soon as he gets up. It looks like they did watch film, and he was giving him no shot of having any bit of that ball.
Not at all. He's probably thinking to himself, not on us.
You got to like the aggressiveness there by Rory O'Keefe. Not giving Joel a shot. The ball's kicked far into the corner. You think that, when you have a guy like that who comes in, he's not a goon, he's not an enforcer, but if I was playing the chess game and I was on the other side, I'd be bringing in my guys as well to look after him. And it looks like they are. They're bringing in a couple substitute for South Florida, number 27 and number 17, Andrew Booth coming into the game, as well as Luis Sopinski. Luis Sopinski, I spoke with earlier, said he was excited about getting a chance to play again here at Tropical Park. Ball is kept in bounds by Captain Brian Perea.
Great back kicks.
Again, finds Joel. Joel couldn't get to it in time. Long ball towards the other side of the field. Tahib coming out of the box. It looks like either his shoe came off or something fell out of that South Florida Surf's shoe. He was running that fast. His soles came out of his shoe. I'm not kidding. You see that a lot on turf. Some of these players don't. Waiting for the inbounds play. Ball is taken over by Mohamed Marabet. We find Joel trying to find space. Joel trying to find him. And it is kicked out. Mahoub Marabet tries to control it. I tell you what, Joel Odrago had wheels but could not control his dribble play once he got down to the net. If he had a little bit control, he would have had his third goal of the season. Long crossing pass.
And Taib comes out and thwarts it immediately.
Taib comes out, thwarts that, gets it over to gets it over to Bontamia. Bontamia immediately pushed down by the South Florida defender as we await the inbounds.
And it looks like, as Sean and yourself said earlier, the Surfer coming out with this aggression we did not see in the first half.
Long pass taken care of by the goalkeeper, Ruiz Andres.
One thing I can say, Ruiz has kept the same level of aggression the entire game.
When we have certain situations in half times, a lot of people get that issue. And we had a problem here on this. It looks like the goalkeeper, Ruiz Andres, who is notorious for coming out of the box, collided heavily.
Yes.
It's a heavy collision as Mohab Marabet is writhing in pain.
And they are calling the trainers over for Mohab.
Calling for the trainers for Mohab Marabet. There was a breakaway in that last sequence of events. And during the breakaway, as we know, Ruiz Andres, who has come very far out of the box this whole match, collided very dangerously with Mahmoud Marabet. As we take a couple of seconds off while the trainer takes a look, again, we want to say Happy Mother's Day to all the mothers who are out here following along in this game. Also, we want to say thank you to our sponsors, the Nicholas Children's Hospital, PSG Academy of Florida, Nike, BN Sports, The Spot, Urban Soccer 5, EduSport Academy, the Miami Media School, and of course, Ligue de Football Professionnel. Told by our third man in the booth, Sean Stanley, that he believes he was holding his groin.
Ouch.
On that play. That's not a fun injury to take part in.
Not at all.
Want to give a shout out to my co-host Jim Rodriguez and his lovely wife to tell her Happy Mother's Day. Amy, Happy Mother's Day to you. Jim Rodriguez and myself, Brad Johnson, are the host of the Sports Bosses on SB Nation Radio, along with Sean Stanley. We do our show Monday through Friday, and up until June 5th, you can hear us on sportsovertime.com. And then after that, it will be SB Nation Radio solely.
Great show. You guys should definitely tune in.
As we await now, there is going to be a free kick. And it looks like Brian Perea, the team captain, is going to take the kick here. As Ruiz stands smack dab in the middle of the net, Brian Perea surveys what he has in front of him as we just await the referee to get them set. Mohab comes off of the pitch and is standing next to the trainer on the sideline as we wait Brian Perea.
And Ruiz looks ready.
Ruiz bouncing up and down. Whistle is blown. Ball's approached. Shot is on goal. And is a goal by Captain Brian Perea.
Great kick by Perea. And then he kicks it again just for emphasis.
There was a little hesitation to get the keep off of his eye. And Ruiz Andres gives up his third goal of the game. Waiting for the official call, but if not, the score, FC Miami City 3, South Florida Surf 1. That goal coming in at about the 74th minute. Standing next to the trainer on the sideline as we wait Brian Perea.
Ruiz looks ready.
Bouncing up and down, whistle is blown. Ball's approached, shot is on goal, and is a goal by Captain Brian Perea. Brian Perea, team captain, tapped on the shoulder to take the kick, And you can tell from his veteran leadership and his cool as ice demeanor, he was able to set up and take a beautiful shot on goal.
And that goal right there continues FC Miami City's offensive dominance. Still leading in offside shots and corner kicks. And, of course, goals.
Carlos Chacon, one of my favorites from the very first game, substituted into the game during that delay there. First game, Carlos Chacon and Joel Odragu were the catalyst coming off of the bench. We'll see how that goes.
Yes, Chacon with his speed and Joel with his great scoring ability.
Coming up on the 75th minute, they've almost matched their first game in goal totals. South Florida Surf still very active. I don't feel that they've calmed down at all. Now we have a little bit of pushing and shoving.
That's Darwin Espinal pushing down Abdallah.
Darwin Espinal been very, very active.
Very physical.
And we expected this out of the South Florida Surf team. Abdallah, that time being the recipient of that.
And Darwin Espinal's controlling. Oh, and ball stolen by Bato.
As we await Chati with a beautiful, beautiful steal along the sideline. Adam Chati, one of the newer substitutions in the game, getting in action as early as possible.
And it's good to have fresh legs in there.
Always good to have fresh legs. Chati finds Kevin. Kevin brings it out to midfield. Finds Abdallah. Back over to Kevin Warden. Along the sidelines is Ruiz. Ruiz then gives it back up to Mahoub.
And it's good to see Mahoub back in the game. Looked like he was never injured.
Mahoub, long pass. Tries to get caught by Joel. Can Joel catch the crossing pass?
Oh.
Fighting over with Suarez.
Suarez loses control, but he kicks it back to Mahoub.
Mahoub in the corner. Fights off a defender. Dribbles out of the traffic. Kicks it right over to Bantamia. Bantamia then takes it back over to Jonathan Parpay. Parpay launches it out of bounds. The fresh legs of FC Miami City is something to marvel at as well. But I like the chess match that South Florida Surf. You know, last game we saw substitutions being made only by one team. Shot is on goal. Joel Odragu thwarted by the defense on that, but he thought he had a shot. Ruiz Andreas coming out of the box for it again as we await the goal kick from Ruiz Andreas.
Andreas is a very aggressive goalkeeper.
He's very aggressive.
Comes out of the box. Sometimes maybe a little bit too early.
I hear when he does his whip and his nene, it's also one of the most aggressive whip and nenes of the PDL league. We'll have to catch him on that. As we've got a slide kick down by number 27 of South Florida Surf.
And that is Abdallah on the ground, writhing in pain. Doesn't look good.
Luis Sapinski looked a little angry on that slide. And Abdallah paying the price for that.
And once again, the trainers for FC Miami City are called out for Abdallah.
The trainer very busy this game. Was not as busy last game. Very, very busy this game. And I don't have my buddy's name here right now for that. We'll get you that trainer who's so busy here shortly. Again, don't forget, any goals that are scored in the game, go to Twitter at FC Miami City, and you can watch the replay of the goal. That's, again, at FC Miami City on Twitter. Follow me on Twitter as well, at B Johnson Radio, and our show at The Sports Bosses. You know what happens when you follow me, right? I automatically send you a Sports Bosses t-shirt. So follow me on Twitter, and you'll get a t-shirt. I promise you, Sean will actually wrap it up and put it in a FedEx box and send it to you.
I followed you after you finished that sentence.
Well, Sean is sitting next to me. Sean, where's the FedEx box?
Wait, is mine still in the mail?
Another kick coming up after that slide. It looks like it's going to be Jonathan Parpay as he tries to get this ball around the wall. Ruiz, once again, in the middle of the goal. Kick is up and over, and it is way over. If it was Florida State versus Miami, that would be 3 points.
3 points.
As the ball split the uprights. But alas, it's a different football. Ruiz clears the ball out to about midfield. Ball controlled by FC Miami City as we await. Suarez gets the ball in.
And Abdallah tripped by two people, actually.
Tripped by two people.
Falling after the second trip.
Well, Jordan, you got to say, hey, it's even if you're getting these goals on you, we're not going to make gameplay easy, and I respect that.
No, of course.
I respect that. I mean, if you're gonna be down 3-1, make it physical.
Yeah, Surf has definitely been more aggressive, I believe, in the second half than in the first half. And what's funny is it seems the Surf has controlled the ball, but not on the side of FC Miami City.
They have. What they're doing is I think their aggressive play is not allowing for FC Miami City to set up the plays that they want to run against this defense because they're so aggressive. So we do have another substitute coming in for FC Miami City. It looks like Jonathan Padgett is going to see some action for the first time as Bantamia comes off for a well-deserved rest.
Another great game by Batamia, controlling midfield like a champion.
Hervé Bantamia doing damage as they try and turn the ball. Suarez with his quick work looks to cross it. Suarez thrown to the ground.
I thought you said this was a different football. That looked like a tackle.
As we have seen, this South Florida Surf team are not going to go away easy. They will make you pay for it physically, and you're going to take a visit to this turf monster before you go have dinner with your mother tonight.
Whether you like it or not.
Taking a look at midfield as the substitute, newly subbed Jonathan Padgett dribbles between a couple defenders. Ball headed the other way towards the goal. Mahoub with control. Mahoub finds Suarez. Suarez tries to cross over, thwarted by the defender. Suarez with the quick feet could not get that pass crossed over in front of the goal. And it looks like Abdallah fell down. The turf monster came up and bit him on his ankle.
Got him again.
They may be calling offsides on that play. Abdallah was running fiercely. He planted his foot one way and the ball went the other. And there was a divorce that happened right there on the field.
And it wasn't amicable.
It was not. Awaiting the kick from South Florida Surf. Ball is driven deep. Long ball as the FC Miami City control looking to set up their offense. Long pass down the sideline. And two South Florida Surf players collide with each other. Jonathan Parpay gives up the ball. And then Jonathan Parpay, Joel shot on the goal, and it loses it. Another shot on goal. Carlos Chacon got the reflection from Joel Odragado and could not rein it in.
2 inches away. So close.
And then Joel Odragado, the scorer of the last 2 goals last game, had the opportunity and lost his footing as he comes out and tries to get aggressive, but does not get the ball. You know what I saw with Chacon on that, he looks like he was telling Joel the ball wasn't set before I made the kick. He wanted the ball placed a certain way.
Yeah, that's what it looked
and
like.
it looked like he was saying you need to bring it over about 2 more inches, and I can make that goal. And just like in any sport, it's a game of inches.
Absolutely. That would have made all the difference in the world.
Or in Sean Stanley's subways, depending on which one he gets that day. Did you like that, Sean?
I loved it. But did you notice the Surf tried to pull the FC Miami City play right there?
Yeah. Tried to get in the corner. The old give and go.
Yeah, the old give and go in the corner, yeah. But to no avail.
Sean, see, you got me hungry. I was thinking about Subway sandwiches just there. That's a problem. Here we are. Almost at the 85th minute. Score 3-1. FC Miami City still controlling as we head to the last few minutes of the second game. Number 6, Rory O'Keefe from South Florida, pleading with his team to move up onto the field for some support. Rory telling the rest of the South Florida Surf team, move up. It's time to get aggressive. It is coming to the end of the game, and they want this match to be a little bit more even.
Right, is it me, or have you seen a lot more slipping today? Is that because of the rain from earlier?
You know, with the rain, I think it's also just the humidity on this turf, just the moistness of it. After a good rain in South Florida, the humidity kicks in, and the turf is the recipient of that.
Definitely. And Chati.
Parpay with the pass to Abadallah. Abadallah back out to Warden. Warden over to Kofic. Parpay with the header gets it to midfield, and it's kicked out of bounds by Rory O'Keefe. Rory O'Keefe emotionally drained with himself on that play as he slams his fist down on the turf because he knows there's not going to be too many more shots. That almost looked like a hands play on me on that to that.
Very close. Very close.
By number 17, Andrew Booth. The fans exhorting to the South Florida Surf, letting them know that time is running out on their play as the inbound kick is made in front of the goal for FC Miami City. South Florida Surf dribbles between shots on goal.
And a great save by Taib. Great save.
South Florida Surf had the opportunity, and Taib, as he clears that ball with the long ball.
Beautiful kick.
Beautiful kick. I tell you what, South Florida Surf, that was a very aggressive shot on goal. Hadn't seen that velocity all game long. Just shows you how they did pick up their action in the second half.
Definitely. But as you once say, it's a little too late.
Great pass from Joel Odrado. Joel Odrado from a great pass. The referees are letting these guys play. Jonathan Papaya comes up, looks for another pass. Touch pass thwarted by the defense. Down the field goes Darwin Espinal, and it is kicked back out.
And Rees corrals the ball, ready to kick it back.
Darwin Espinal showing his jets on that. Much more competitive second half than what we saw in the first half. Darwin Espinal looking for the shot on goal is number 14. Number 14 shot. He shoots, it crosses, just sails a little wide. As I got to tell you what, if someone would have been in position, Taib was out of position at the net, and that would have been a goal. There is still a South Florida Surf player laying in pain on the far side of the field in the corner. I can't see who it is.
That's Danny Gonzalez, former FC Miami City teammate.
Joel Odragado comes out, tries to beat the goalie. Oh, shakes the goalie to the ground, shoots on that goal, does not see it. There's a shot on goal.
That was a beautiful save by number 6 on South Florida, Rory O'Keefe. Saved it with a header.
Rory O'Keefe saves it. Joel Odragada shakes the goalie to the ground, shoots on that goal. Ruiz Andreas out of his cleats there.
Yeah, that was beautiful. But Danny Gonzalez is still limping on the other side of the field, and Nobody seems to want to tend to him.
Danny Gonzalez, ex-player here last year for FC Miami City, limping gingerly back to the other side of the field.
We're talking about the goalie aggressive play, and that almost cost him.
It did. Yeah. It really did.
He should buy O'Keefe dinner after this. Saved him.
Danny Gonzalez started to walk towards the field and then collapsed again as he is laying all the way on the other side of the field.
Looks like a leg injury.
As we await a corner kick from Jonathan Pape. No, excuse me, not a corner kick. It was inbounds play. Shot is crossed, and it was a nice header from Joel Odrado, but there was a save by Ruiz Andreas.
As we were talking about earlier, the trainer on his way over. Oh, yellow card.
And who is that yellow card being given to?
Another infraction. Looks like it's going to go against South Florida Surf, looking to see which player it's going to go on. The trainer finally has made his way over to Danny Gonzalez. James Freiler gets the infraction. And it looks like on that play, I would say, excuse me, that was a mistake by my part. That was Darwin Espinal, who just went head first over the trainer's table. He seems to be okay, though. With almost 92 minutes gone by in the game, score is still 3-1 as the FC Miami City dribble through the defense, shoots on goal.
Little too high. Another 3 points.
And again, if it was Florida State versus Miami Hurricanes, that would have been 3 points.
Or it would have been wide right.
Oh, does that make you feel bad, Sean, when you hear those words, wide right?
Does
that bring up some emotions for you, Sean Stanley? Miami native Sean Stanley, when I say the words wide right?
No. Lately, Shark has been bringing emotions to me.
Again, don't forget to check out all the action with the sports bosses, myself, Jim Rodriguez, and Sean Stanley on SB Nation Radio. A quick stoppage in play as the referee going ham on number 27, Luis Sapinski. Luis Sapinski trying to plead his case, but it does not look like that's going to happen. Play is being set up now.
Controlled by Kochiv.
And FC Miami City looking to close out as Suarez in the corner. Fancy footwork with the cross to Carlos Chacon. Chacon looks through defenders. Chacon still tries to fight it off.
Gets it over to Mati. Mati sets up.
Mati sets up, goes towards goal, and it is kicked out of bounds by number 6, Rory O'Keefe, who wanted no part of him being able to turn that corner.
None at all.
Again, a few minutes of overage here from Tropical Stadium in beautiful Miami, Florida.
Sun is down and the wind is blowing. It feels great.
It's a great night. If you have a pool, go jump in it right now. This is the perfect time.
You won't regret it.
As the ball's crossed back over and then kicked back to Madi Tahib as he lets go. Now, Carlos Chacon takes over as they play a game of keep away. As we see Suarez up the sideline, finding Abadallah. Abadallah dribbles between two defenders. Abadallah with 3 or 4 people to the right or left of him. Quick touch pass to the corner. It's deflected. Abadallah regains. Long crossing pass to the other side of the field. Picked up by Jonathan Pape.
Oh!
Pape dribbles out. Pape finds Carlos Chacon. It ricochets off of his foot. He cannot handle it. Ball controlled once again by the Surf. Surf looking to turn. But the battle at midfield almost won.
Oh, and there's 2 players down.
But 2 players are down. Number 16, Carsley Callum, The lone, no, excuse me, that's not number 21. I apologize. That's not Carson Callum.
That's number 14, Gabriel Machado de Andrade.
Gabriel slid in
But he pops right back up.
to one of the FC Miami City players. But speaking of number 21, Carsley Callum, the lone goal scorer. Carson McCallum, the lone goal scorer, number 16, for the South Florida Surf. And for the first time, we've just turned on our lights in the press box. Game going a little late. And Sean, you're a handsome man. Been looking at you in the dark this whole time.
That's not me.
Carsley Callum on the sideline going up for the serve. Carsley Callum dribbling between 2 or 3 defenders. As he tries to split 2 defenders, he falls to the turf.
Looked like he was tripped by Kevin Wharton, number 5 from FC Miami City.
Kevin Wharton and McCallum fall down. The audience here, the fans for South Florida Surf, not very happy with the refs' no call on that trip. Some calling for a red card. Yellow card was given on that play. Ball is in the air, headed out. Good defense by FC Miami City. Joel controls it. Short touch pass as they dribble down, looking to get a last score. Dribbles and shoots on goal and goes off of the left foot. There was no one in the net. He was wide open, ladies and gentlemen. And he went wide left. There was no one in the net
at all. Only him in the net and the ball.
And it looks like Adam Chanti could not close the deal and make it 4-1 here in the overtime, the extra time that we're playing here.
He's going to be kicking himself later.
It may be Mother's Day, but if she's watching or listening, she's not happy right now.
Not at all.
As Jonathan Papaye gets it back to Shanti. Shanti, long pass down the field, finds Joel. Joel tries to turn it, has Carlos Chacon on the other side. Joel pounded side, shots on goal.
Oh! And
Joel Odragado shoots on goal, and that is it, ladies and gentlemen. From Tropical Park, game is over, 3-1. South Florida Surf loses as they travel down to Miami to take on FC Miami City, and they lose. Again, the game is over, 3-1. FC Miami City, the champions. When we come back, we will we will do a quick recap of the game.
I love Miami Media School because they have hands-on training and experience right for you. I love this school.
Me encanta Miami Media School porque aquí puedo aprender acerca de broadcasting.
So I love Miami Media School because you actually get hands-on experiential knowledge.
I love Miami Media School because Miami Media School has opened up a ton of avenues for me. Avenues meaning opportunity that I thought I would never have.
Me encanta la escuela Miami Media School, ya que he aprendido bastante en esta escuela.
I love Miami Media School because I get hands-on learning with people that are in the field.
I love Miami Media School because it allows you to be whatever you want to be.
I love Miami Media School because I get to pursue my dream 24/7, 365.
Yeah!
El Barbie Show es un programa para nuevos talentos. Invito a artistas que no son escuchados, que quieren ser escuchados, que son voces que están apagadas porque no le dan la oportunidad en varios programas de traerlos, ya que no tienen nombre, no son famosos. Más de 100,000 personas miran mi programa y es un programa nuevo que apenas está empezando a arrancar bien y que creo que a la gente mucha gente me dice que le gusta mi dinámica, que soy muy divertida, muy contenta y como que le alegro el día, que gracias a Miami Media School que me abrió la puerta para este programa tan bonito, porque ellos están prácticamente diseñados para eso, para ayudarte y para educarte y para que tú puedas hacerlo y de verdad puedes hacerlo, porque de esta escuela Miami Media School ha salido mucha gente talentosa y que ahora mismo están en canales de televisión, en radio, y el que no está es porque la verdad no ha querido, porque yo pensé que no podía y estoy.
Hi, Brian. Congratulations on the game. Great victory for the team. What are your thoughts about the game?
So, en español. Oh, no, pues, bueno, sobre el juego.
Okay. Okay. Hi, Brian. Congratulations on the game. Great victory for the team. What are your thoughts about the game?
Oh, gracias. Bueno, sobre el juego, yo pienso que fue un juego muy bueno. Ellos salieron a jugar un poco, pero nosotros los presionamos siempre bien, la presión alta que siempre tenemos. Y bueno, eso nos sirvió mucho cuando los presionamos a ellos, se asustaran un poco, sintieran la presión del equipo en los primeros minutos, que era más importante. Y ahora sí ya empezaron a manejar nosotros el juego. Se nos vinieron los dos goles al principio, que fueron importantes. Después se pararon ellos mucho mejor y nada, fue para allá y para acá el juego, fue muy bien.
Okay, how much confidence does this give the team after the 2 wins in a row now?
Bueno, después del primer juego, una confianza, después de ganar 4-0, la confianza fue mucho mayor. Y hoy, que ganamos 3-1, siempre estamos ganando por más de 3 goles, más confianza vamos a tener para los juegos siguientes. El miércoles tenemos el próximo juego contra Weston.
¿Afuera?
Sí, es allá de visitantes, pero vamos con la confianza que nos tenemos ahora, que podemos y lo podemos hacer y podemos ganar. Y entonces por eso vamos con todo allá. La confianza es la misma. Sí.
Okay. Muchas gracias. Felicitaciones otra vez. Congratulations on the win.
Gracias.
Thank
ustedes,
you.
sí.
Bye.
Gracias. Que estén bien.
Hi, reporting live from Tropical Park, America Divya.
The FC Miami City versus South Florida Surf been presented by the Nicholas Children's Hospital, LFP, the Miami Media School, The Spot, Urban Soccer 5, the PSG Academy Florida, Nike, BM Sports, and Edu Sports Academy. We will have more interviews coming up here momentarily. To give you a recap of the game, the goal scoring got started in the 4th minute. Naomi from FC Miami with the goal. Followed that by Hamza at the 7-minute mark. The South Florida Surf get on the board in the 59th minute. Callum Carsley with the goal. And then Brian Perea finished off the scoring in the 74th minute mark. And FC Miami City improved to 2-0 with a 3-1 victory over the South Florida Surf. And when we return, we'll have more interviews with Erica right after this.
My family had an NBC license from Cuba that was taken from our family in 1959 in the Castro Revolution. And all these years later, at the age of 50, I'm given an opportunity to apply for a radio license. Then I come, see the Miami Media School advertisements, and I said, well, maybe I'll empower myself to winning by signing up for the course. So I did. And all of a sudden, Man, I'm in the computer, looking at my regular emails. Boom, FCC permit, 94.5 FM, 100 watt.
All right, Sean Stanley,
low power radio.
back here at Tropical Park. We're going to go down to the field, to the pitch, where we will have Erica standing by. We now go down to Erica.
Okay, congratulations on the win. How will you describe the dynamic on the pitch?
How do you describe what?
The dynamic, like the...
Oh, elle a dit comment tu décris la dynamique dans le match?
Dis-moi, je sais pas. Ouais, c'était dynamique, il y avait un bon rythme, on a bien géré le match et ça s'est bien passé, on a gagné. Donc,
He say it was a good dynamic. We managed well the game, and we won, so we're happy.
This is the second goal for you. What are your thoughts?
Elle a dit c'est ta deuxième but, qu'est-ce que t'en penses?
Je suis content, c'est bien pour l'équipe et il faut que je continue comme ça.
He say he's happy, it's good for the team, and he need to keep going like that.
Thank you, merci. Okay, can I interview you? Okay, can you turn around? Okay, congratulations again on the victory. Now you play in Weston. How do you think the team is gonna respond after 2 wins in a row?
Now we need to relax. We have a third game Wednesday, so we will prepare for this game like we did for the last 2 games.
Same confidence?
Same confidence, same hard work, and hopefully same wins.
Same wins.
Yeah.
All right. Well, let's good luck for that, and then see you Wednesday. Thank you. Bye.
Sean Stanley back in the FC Miami City post-game show where they were victorious 3-1 over the South Florida Surf. The next game will be here, 7 p.m. start time, a little bit different. Hour later, we'll be on the air at 6:30 with the pregame show. Again, it will be the FC Miami City taking on the Weston FC Football Club. For Brad Johnson, for Jordan, for Jose and Ruben on the camera, Erica downstairs, Paola spotting for us here in the booth. I'm Sean Stanley saying we'll see you at the next match. Again, that will be at 7 p.m. right here on the FC Miami City YouTube channel. It will be the FC Miami City 2-0, looking to stay undefeated as they travel north to Weston and take on the Weston FC. We will talk to you then.